so much energy, so much excitement here. And, we're just seeing people learn and grow. And I've been in so many different conversations just walking around the complex and just hearing that people are like, I'm getting so much out of this. It's great. It's great.
With you walking around talking to people, what are some of the things that you're hearing? Maybe what are some of the things that you're learning personally?
Yeah, so a couple things, right? So in terms of what I'm hearing people talk about is access to capital. Everyone says, "Hey, who do you work for? What do you do? How can you help me?" And so I think that that's really, really important for us to be able to have a message, especially being an employee of Wells Fargo. So absolutely. So what I'm learning from it is there is such a need. And the need is great, and people want to learn. They want the tools. They want our expertise. They want to better understand how they can leverage good soil. And obviously, when they see, the Wells Fargo name, they see good soil together, their first thought is like, how can we help? And that's really, really exciting to have an opportunity to do that.
So speaking about capital and Wells Fargo, let us know your name, obviously, and what your specific role is at Wells Fargo.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me today. It's really a pleasure to be here. So my name is Michael Martino, and I lead our customer growth segment, and that's in our consumer, small, and business banking part of the organization. I also have the great privilege of leading a body of work called the Banking Inclusion Initiative, which is Wells Fargo's 10-year commitment to underserved consumers and small businesses. So that's a great tie-in to be able to do the partnership with TD Jakes and the Good Soil family.
And so what does that consist of for the people wondering out there?
Yeah, so one of the things that we really try to do is to help educate and bring awareness to how they can, open up accounts, how they can do big banking business. I think one of the other things from a small business perspective, how do they manage their finances?
Yeah.
How do they, balance their books, and how do they scale, right? Because so many people have these incredible dreams, but they get to step one, but then it's like, okay, how do I get to step two? How do I get to step three? How do I scale, right? And so we want to be that person that's here when they're just getting started, and that bank that's here when they're ready to just blow up, do big things, and and people need that help along the way, that advice, that expertise, and that's what we try to provide.
Yeah, I think that education piece is so important because we were talking earlier, there's some communities that, you put ourselves underneath the mattress. And I think you mentioned there was like a natural disaster, and those are all preventative measures, right? Like we can take. But what are some of the ways that you guys are educating different communities to have a better relationship with banks?
Yeah, so we really try to reach out into all the community that we serve across the country. We use, our branches. We use third parties, like Unidos US. We work with the NAACP and a variety of other, different groups where we can get into underserved communities. And we really try to focus on basic education, right? Dispelling those myths that are out there, like, oh my gosh, the bank's gonna, take my money, or they're gonna charge me too many fees. And what we try to help people understand is we're here to help serve them, right? We have products and services that dispel all of those myths, right? Where they can get in, do great things for themselves, for their families, and for their communities, and then spread the word that it's okay to bank and to learn how really learn how the banking system works.
Yeah.
And we're here to help them do that.
Beautiful, beautiful. So with you being here, you having great conversations.
Yes.
You're talking to people. What are some of the things that maybe you're taking note of? You're like, okay, I'm going to take this back. Maybe on Monday, I want to get started on some of these initiatives, or I'm inspired to do X, Y, and Z from being here at Good Soil.
Wow, Chris, that's a big question, right?
And that'll be a whole list.
And it's a whole list, right? I think there are a couple of things, right, that I really want to make sure that my team is focused on. And the first thing is just really helping people understand access to capital. What are all of those things that are out there, right, that'll allow people to be successful in that space? Because people sometimes, they just don't know where to start, right? And whether it's this agency, whether it's this CDFI, whether it's this, our financial institution, there's so many different ways that they can get access to capital. And I really want my team to be incredibly focused on that. I think the other thing that I'm excited about, we're already in flight with some of it, but it's how do we use our voice, our platform, to be able to educate and communicate in language, in culture, right, with products and services that meet all communities, right? And so at the end of the day, if you're going in and you're looking at some of our tools around small business credit or being able to open up your account in your native language, we're going to have those we have those capabilities, right? And so it's how do we get that message out, right? So that's what I heard, out when I was walking around, people were asking those questions like, where do I start? Oh, but by the way, how impactful would it be if I could open up an account or if I could get all of the information about how I need to manage my business and it's in my native language and it's in culture, right? And so we're excited about that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, look, I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Sure.
A long day for you.
Oh, man.
Hopefully you've been enjoying your day. Where can people maybe reach out to you, reach out and learn more about these different initiatives and programs? You can let them know about the websites, and we'll link everything down in the description of this.
Sure. So first and foremost, I would say www.wellsfargo.com.
Okay.
And you can click on the tab and it'll be a great set of resources there from a small business perspective. So that's first and foremost. You can find me on LinkedIn, Michael, .Martino. And I'd love to be able to, connect with people, answer questions. I have an amazing team, as well as a whole branch network of small business bankers that are really wanting to get out and help people. And then I would say visit our branches. We have small business bankers in our branches, and this is their life's work, and they really want to help people be successful.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to connect with you on LinkedIn.
Please do.
Connected. Maybe we can figure out something in the future.
Absolutely.
I have some ideas brewing all throughout the day, so I'd love them to potentially pitch them to you and your team. But with that being said, thank you once again for being here, and hope you have
My pleasure, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Cool.
Take care.